Welcome back, YouTube fam. It's your boy Y, and in this video I'm going over another limited edition Dasai Mochi from the company called Dasai. So in the last one you saw was the LB40, which was I guess another style that they had as part of their Liberty Walk collaboration. And with the Liberty Walk collaboration, they started off with originally 3 colors: a red Dasai Mochi, white and yellow Dasai Mochi, and then like a blue Dasai Mochi. And then recently they came out with the LB40, which is another like white, basically a white and black one. But the Liberty Walk collaboration with Dasai Mochi is meant to show like kind of like the racer theme. So in this one, it leaned a little bit off of Liberty Walk. So this is a whole different collaboration. And I have some other Dasai Mochis that I'm gonna show you, including the Liberty Walk ones I'm referring to. If you're new to this channel, then the Dasai Mochis is basically like car companions. They go in your car, or some people even put it in their class or at home, and it just changes faces. It has a built-in gyroscope, so based off the way you drive, it makes different faces. It does have sound, so if you don't like sound, you're able to disable the sound. And I will show you that in a minute once I can get this all the way open. All right, so this one is their collaboration with Fujiwara. And this one is supposed to be a little bit different. Before I open this one up, I'm going to show you the ones that I currently have. So the very first one that I got from Dasai Mochi was their Mochi 3. That's when I very first discovered them and started trying them out. This was the first helmet I got. What makes it pretty cool again is you could take the helmet off. Let's see if I can maneuver this thing off. There we go. You can take the helmet off. It has the different faces. It has gyroscope enabled already. You can disable it if you don't want it. It has a built-in timer. So if it realizes that you're not moving after a certain period of time, it will turn off to save battery. And then of course it has the sound. If you've never had the Mochis before and you're interested, there is a different like control pattern, and just do this button on the side. So for the first, get it closer. So that button right there. So for the first press, you turn it off. If you press it again, it turns it on. Again, these are things that already come installed, meaning you don't need to press the button to turn it on itself. However, when it's fresh out the box, you may have to turn it on by pressing the button just because it's never been turned on. And then I would highly suggest if you don't like the sound, turn the sound off. And this is how you do it. So the first click is just to turn it on and off. 2 clicks will be to turn the gyroscope on and off. So I'm gonna turn it back on. 3 clicks is to turn the timer on and off. So you see I just turned the timer off, but put the timer back on. So the timer, it puts it on a certain period of time to turn off by itself to save battery. And then number 4 turns the volume on. So I'm gonna do 4 again to turn it off because I don't want the volume on. So again, 1 click turns the power off. 1 click turns it back on. 2 clicks turns the gyroscope on or off. 3 clicks turns the timer on or off. And then 4 clicks turn the sound on or off. And if you ever want to check the battery, instead of clicking it, you just hold that little button and it tells you the battery right there. And their battery is pretty good. It usually lasts about a good week before you have to charge. And that's if you're just constantly driving places. Now, again, this is the very first one I got. The next one I got after this one was the Liberty Walk edition, the racer style. I got the red one because my car was red, so it only made sense to get the red one to match, right? So I got the Liberty Walk red edition. Of course, they had a white and yellow and then a blue one. So these were basically my first 2. Then I got the bigger Dasai Mochi. If you go on the website, they had the big ones. I didn't like the first edition they came out with because it seemed kind of cheaply made. And this was definitely better, even though it's smaller. But then recently, I got this one. And this is the LB40, I believe. Yeah, the LB40, which is still a part of the collaboration with Liberty Walk. So still Liberty Walk, hence LB, is just another helmet that they came out with. So it looks pretty cool. Again, racer themed. So we have these 3, right? But now enter the Fujiwara Mochi collaboration. Let's see what this one's about. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it. I don't have my little knife with me. I'm gonna just open it with my nail. Don't really need a knife for this one. I'm gonna pull it off screen so I can open it really quick. And this will happen, I cut my nails, so, okay, come on, work with me now. There we go. All right. And once you pull all this off, boom. Cool beans. All right. So when you take it off, I'll remove this one to the side over here. I'm just gonna put that over there. You're greeted with a booklet. Again, you don't need the booklet to learn how to use it. It's just as simple as I just explained it. So they're pretty self-explanatory. As long as you know how to use the button feature on the side, you're all good. But I will say, look at the booklet so you can see the different faces. These are the different faces it makes. So these are all the different type of faces that it makes. And it looks like the difference here is the faces is like yellow compared to the faces on these three is just like black and white. So this one will be black and yellow, so pretty cool. Kind of thunder, right? All right, when you take it out. So the box is very similar to the first edition, Dasai Mochi 3. Of course, these are just spin-offs of the Dasai Mochi 3, but special editions. And when you have it open, good thing here, so this is the grill where the sound will come out if you even decide to keep the sound. Obviously you have the face that will be here. The helmet, as you can see, is very close to this one. As you can see, it was just turned off. It turned on when I realized it was moving. So the helmet is very close to this one. Now again, the cool thing is all these helmets are interchangeable. So you don't have to necessarily keep like this helmet. Let's say you don't care for this helmet. You don't have to keep it. Instead, what you could do is buy another helmet off the website, or if you have multiple Mochis, you can just swap the helmets that way. And in the box, you have the Type C, Type A cable, and you have two sets of the Velcros. Due to my type of car, I only honestly need just this part, the bottom part. So let's go ahead and incorporate that one, make sure I got the right side. Okay, so yeah, I only need this side because I have a cover on my dash. So the material there is gonna be super helpful. All right, we're gonna take that off. And you wanna just match it to the bottom, by the way. So match it to the bottom. You don't have to worry about doing a cutout or anything like that. That's what I like the most about it. They give you Velcro that fits the exact spot. So, and to take the helmet off, when you first get it, honestly, taking the helmet off is gonna be like a little more difficult because you're just doing it. But if you put a little bit of strength on it, a little force, you can pull it easily off like this. This is all of them, if you notice, look the exact same way. If you look here, there's the grill. Look here, here's the face to it. So then Type C cable. Let me just wipe that screen really quick. I just smudged it. There we go. All right, so Type C cable. So if you have one sitting around the house, you're good. Now when you first get it, if you notice it didn't turn on, so you just hit the button on the side. The button is always located in the same place. So you see it's a yellow and black face, and I'm pretty sure you heard that sound. It starts with sound. So first thing I'm gonna do is take off that sound. Remember, it is 4 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna disable the sound because I don't care for it and it's annoying when you're driving. But you see all of them have different startup faces, and then all of them have different faces. Some of the faces are the same, but most of them are different because it's different styles of the Mochi. And then when you're done with it, you just click that thing back on here. Oh, wait, before I do that, let's check what battery is out the box. So if you hold the button, boom, looks like just 1 notch below full. So I'm not gonna install this yet into my car. I'm just gonna show you how it's gonna look. Once I'm done charging, I'm gonna officially put it on my dash, but I'll put the other ones up so you can see it. But boom, always make sure you hear that click. And of course, I don't need this part. Well, I'm gonna keep this one at least since I'm still got to charge it up full battery. But let's go to the car so I can show you how I'm going to install these. All right, so we're in the car, and of course, sorry to turn my camera a little bit. So I have this part, and then I have that part at the top. I won't put it here because what I notice when I'm driving, and this is just my own personal preference, if I put it here, I see the reflection in the mirror, well, in the glass, and it throws me off while I'm driving, so I don't like to put anything up here other than, of course, this. So I'm just gonna set them, right now I'm on the passenger side, I'm gonna set them like all across here. So the whole goal for me is really not for me to see it. To me, it's kind of like a way for me to show, like, for guests in the car. So, okay, I have 4. So this time I'm gonna do it at least for today. I may switch it, so if I see another edition video, you may see it swapped in the future. But what we'll do is, let's see. All right, let's do this. I put the red one. So I put Liberty Walk right here. Boom. And chat, let me know if it looks ugly, but I'm gonna put Liberty Chat right here. If you can see, it's attaching. See, I was just pulling up the mat instead. All right, so that's one. I'm gonna save the racers for the side. So I have a Liberty Walk right there. I'm gonna put the original. Put the original right next to it. Boom. And then I may just start filling up that whole dash because it doesn't put any effect on my actual dashboard. All right, and then what we'll do is, let's put this one. So the LB40 right here. Try to give them space, boom. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do it yet, but I want you guys to see it. Now I put the last one like right here. I may swap it, but it at least look like that. I may start doing a collection, just put a whole bunch of them up there, but basically this is how I'm thinking. So let me know, chat, if you think it should be different. Let me know if it would work out for you if you actually put it on the top. I'm thinking about trying it up there. It just, yeah, the reflection throws me off when I'm driving because then I focus on it. So of course, there's still reflection on this side, but if I'm on the driver's side, I don't notice the reflection on this side, so it's not a problem for me. And usually for the passengers, it's not a problem either. So again, this is at least how I'm gonna have it right here. Just gonna keep it just straight like this. And as you can see, it changes faces. So that's the coolest thing that I like about it, is it changes faces. And because it's on the Velcro, I don't have to worry about, okay, is it gonna fall off? So as you can see, 2 of them already went out because it realized, like, again, I'm not moving. Now the 3rd one went out. This is all due to the timer. So because I enabled the timer, which is enabled out of the box, unless you move your car, it's not gonna turn on. So it does that to preserve battery. The minute you move your car or realize you're moving it, it's gonna turn on. For example, since this one is not connected yet to the using Velcro, I move it. You see, now it turned on. All right, let's head back upstairs, YouTube fam. All right, we're back upstairs. Sorry if in the car I was moving around a little bit. I had the camera in one hand. But this is, again, let me make sure I read right, the Fujiwara edition. So originally they had the Dasai Mochi 3, which I'm pretty sure they had a 2 and a 1 before that, but I found them when they had the 3. Then there is the Liberty Walk, the collaboration with the Liberty Walk company, and then they made another one. So they made three styles, and then they recently made a 4th style called the LB40, and then finally Fujiwara Mochi. If I do see any more collaborations, I'll get them in the future. I think I just use my whole deck to just have fun with it at this point, so you'll be able to see me just collect. If you saw my previous, like one of my previous videos, I showed one that had like it was like Genji. It's called Genji, but it was like the Genshin helmet. That one I actually gave away during one of the giveaways. So I'm glad that he was able to get that. But I did check their website, and they're supposed to be coming out with one very similar to Dasai. So they have some competition, but it doesn't show what it will look like. So hopefully it's like not as chunky as it was before, and at least the button capability could be better on that, because that one, there was no timer to turn off automatically. You had to hit the switch, which was annoying. So hopefully that one is better. But all right, YouTube fam, again, this is the Dasai Mochi collaboration with Fujiwara. Sorry if I sound out of breath, I ran up the stairs. But if you have any comments or questions, drop them down below. If you haven't already, join the family, we'd love to have you. And then if you like this video, if you wanna see more videos like this, go on and hit that like button, subscribe button, and the rest of you, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. Peace.